I started back in, it'd be 97 when I started with the company, and it's been a good ride.
Time has flown. It doesn't feel like 5 years. It just feels like yesterday.
It was just an answer to my prayers, and he called me and he told me, and I just fell to my knees and just started bawling because I was so relieved that I got the job.
Sometimes it's kind of surreal, you know, you don't quite realize you've been somewhere for as long as you have.
I started out as a truck driver, spent a winter in the mechanic shop, spent a winter in the welding shop and mechanic shop, and then I moved into dispatch.
Favoritos no tengo, me gustan todo, everything. But my first job fue en Saratoga, remember Saratoga?
When I first started here with Gerber Construction, I didn't know anything. I didn't know how to do none of this.
Cuando empecé tenía dudas porque este trabajo era todo nuevo para mí, pero ahora me siento más confiado en lo que hago.
Y recuerdo que Scott Gerber tuvo la paciencia de enseñarme cómo amarrar la varilla. Pues cuando empecé a amarrar varilla y le empecé a encontrar cómo hacerle, pues me gustó más.
Que quiero aprender más trabajo. Entre más aprendo, para mí es mejor.
7 or 8 years ago, right when I was becoming a foreman and they were having me do a few jobs, and I brought home some plans one day, and my son's like, "Wow, Dad, you're the boss of the plans." And it kind of made me think that, wow, I am the boss of the plans, and that was a big step for me, you know, to move from just being a lead man into actually running a crew and running a job.
I get to do 4 or 5 jobs, and I love it. It's something different. It doesn't get boring.
Murdoch Canal, when I very first started here, probably one of the funnest ones that I've done. It challenged me a lot because I'd never done toilets or that kind of pipe work in the, you know, the bathrooms and stuff.
Murdoch Canal is probably one of my favorite jobs too. I got to deal a lot with it with the trucks.
It was a nice accomplishment because of how big the trail was and where it went and what it could do for people, I guess.
North Shore, it was big, it was huge. We were doing all kinds of stuff. Then Ogden, 85-foot tank walls.
I'd have to say that water tank in Ogden, that 85-foot tall, with the 85-foot tall walls. You know, I mean, Troy kind of taught me that there's always an easier way to do things. You just sit there and you think about it.
El que me ha gustado más fue el de Ogden, en el agua potable, cuando instalamos los filtros de agua, porque fue un como rompecabezas para mí, me hizo estar pensando.
You got to figure them out. It's a challenge. The big craning feet, a lot of stress, but it made it enjoyable.
It's never the same, you know. I never done pipe work before, and I do pipe work now, and I enjoy that. You know, it's a challenge, but I like it.
You know, when you're working with a bunch of good people, and they're fun to be around, and you can laugh and, you know, be lighthearted in your job, it makes the days and the months and the years go by much faster.
Well, it wouldn't be the same if I didn't have the camaraderie that I have with, you know, be the guys that work under me, or, you know, the other foremen, or even the ownership.
Mostly it's because of the guys. You know, I work with great guys.
I didn't think that I would find a place where I'd fit in as well as I have, and enjoy the people that I work around as much as I do here.
And I could go on for a long time on how many people that I really respect and look up to in this company.
You know, it's pretty nice. You get to work with a bunch of guys that you like. You get to go and you get to build something, you know? It's like playing with Legos all day long and playing in the dirt. I mean, what kid doesn't like doing that? And here I am, 37 years old, and I get to play with Legos and play in the dirt all day. I mean, it's if you look at it like that, you got one of the best jobs in the world.
Other companies that I've experienced in the past, they have been more of a corporate feel to them. Working with Gerber has more of a family feel.
I think a lot of employees and their families don't know exactly the true benefits of what Gerber gives them. They don't see the whole big picture. And that's what Justin gave me the opportunity to do, was be able to see everything and see how much Gerber actually contributes and practically just gives away to all their employees.
I think in a whole, Gerber Construction stands on its own. It's always done more than everybody else.
We excavate, we come in and we set grade, tile the bar, put all the forms up, pour all the concrete, finish, you know what I mean? Like, we do everything.
Everything, different project. This is nice.
I mean, I think Gerber is the standard.
There's a point when you're just thinking, you're getting a little overwhelmed, and then you get to that part at the end when it's finally just finished up, and you look at it and you see how you did a good job, and the owners are happy, the engineer's happy, and when you finally drive away from that job, you feel real good about it.
First starting, I think the first job I did here was a 200,000 gallon water tank. And to go from that to building 2 5 million gallon water tanks that were side by side, I could have never even envisioned that when I first started.
End of the job, we're finishing up, stand back and say, hey, we did this. Look what we did.
If you can't see the opportunities that come from just having a job, working hard, and being somewhere for 15 years, then you've got to be blind.
Probably the biggest opportunity that I think it's given me is a sense of confidence. I think it's given me the opportunity in my personal life to be able to be more self-reliant.
Grown a lot in 10 years. Definitely just a shell of the man I was.
Ya han ofrecido unas oportunidades para aprender más. Por esa parte está bien la compañía. Estoy a gusto.
Never envisioned me being the leader that I've become.
I feel like I'm the youngest old person here, you know? I mean, I don't really feel like I should have been here for 20 years, and I still feel like, you know, I'm kind of a young pup.
You know, hopefully I'll be here for another 10, 20 years. So it's good, I like it.
I mean, we have guys that have been here for 30, 40 years, just working on becoming one of those.
So I planned on just working here for, you know, a career until I retired, basically.
Del futuro, pues, la verdad, es incierto. No se sabe nada todavía. Pero si Dios quiere, seguiremos aquí, enfrente, aquí. Porque en realidad el trabajo me gusta.
You don't know if the grass is greener on the other side, but it's got to be pretty damn green to be better than this.